Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of my Survival Let's Play series. In the last episode, we built these 3 villager houses and moved some villagers into the village. And off camera, I actually added a few more, and I'll give you 2 seconds to guess what jobs they chose. If you guessed mostly fishermen, then you'd be correct. So I actually ended up with 2 more fishermen and a leather worker, I think it was. So are you still unemployed? You really need to get a job. No. So the leather worker, I think, was from this cauldron up here, but I don't know where he's gone. And the 2 fishermen, I don't even know. They might all be in this house. Let's have a look. Oops, that's a farmer. Oh, thank you, that was nice. So, yeah, we've got quite a few in this house. But, unfortunately, they all seem to want to congregate in the trading hall. So, I don't know if we have any in there at the moment, but I'll check. Yeah, so I think this guy works here. I think they've all moved out. I had about 5 villagers in here before, and they're driving me crazy, so I'm not really sure, I want to keep these doors, but maybe I could put double trap doors there instead and just kind of struggle my way in and out. But yeah, that's the situation at the moment. So in this episode, I would like to make that mine entrance that I spoke about in the last episode. So as you can see, it does look like it kind of leads over here. So I'm going to make a mine entrance in this area here, and maybe a little storage room here, and then connect it all with a nice path. But first, I saw a few comments asking for me to make a pond in the village, and it just so happens that this area over here kind of already looks like a pond. Oh, a cat! Oh, we've got cats. That's so cute. Anyway, so this area here, if you look at the way the ground has kind of formed, it already looks like a pond with no water in, and we have this really nice waterfall coming down the mountain leading right into it. So I thought it'd be really nice to make a little pond just here. So I've been gathering some resources already for this, and it's just going to be one that I've done before on Instagram, I think. So I'm going to decorate the inside of the pond with some slabs, some gravel, like bits of coarse dirt, and then fill it all in with water and maybe add some like seagrass. I would normally add like sea pickles and lily pads on top, but I don't have either of those, so I'll add them in the future. But yeah, I think it's getting dark soon, but I'll just set up a little infinite water source over here. Did I grab? Yeah. Over here. Oh my god. Okay, this shuffles really fast. I wasn't expecting that. Let's do that here. So now we have infinite water for our pond, and I'll just sleep and I'll come back when it's daylight again. Okay, so I've slept and now we can start work on this pond. So I think the first thing I need to do is just to block off this waterfall up here because it'll get in the way. So if I somehow just get up here and try and get this water, it's a bit of a mess. Let's just swim. Now I don't want to get rid of the source block, so I'll just do that and hopefully it'll all go away. So I think this might take a little bit of time, so I think I'm just going to skip to when it's done. Okay, all of that water's gone now. So I did notice that it was going down here, and we definitely don't want that. So I think I'm going to have to build this up a little bit just to kind of block that water off. Now I want to try and make it look as natural as possible, so I'm just going to put some dirt down randomly and then I'll tidy it up in a minute. So if we just do this, I think maybe that looks okay. I might dig this bit out a little bit. Oh my goodness. I know I said I wanted a faster shovel, but maybe it's not the best idea. Anyway, so now we've got this shape and that should be blocked off, I hope. I'm going to just remove everything in this area here so we can see what we've got to work with. Okay, so we've got this rough shape at the moment. So I think since this is kind of ground level, I'd say, maybe the pond could be on this level here and go down into this bit here. So I think I'll just start carefully trying to clear out some of this grass and just make it a little bit deeper, trying to follow the shape. Oh, this is really difficult. Trying to follow the shape that we've got already because it is quite a nice shape. Oh no, please. I need help with this shovel. Okay, that's quite square. Maybe if I do, maybe if I do this. Okay, that's better. And nope. Oh, this is a disaster. Okay, that is okay looking, I think. Maybe trim a bit off over here. And then I think I should go down just a bit more in the middle because ponds they go deeper in the middle, I guess. So something like maybe a bit more over here. Yeah, I think... Oh, it looks weird. It always looks weird. Oh, this shovel. Let me just refine the shape a little bit more and then I'll come back to you because I'm having a bit of trouble. I think that looks okay. It looks natural. It doesn't look really square. That bit does though. I'm going to put maybe one block there. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace some of the dirt with a mix of cobblestone, mossy cobblestone. This is from the mob spawner when I did that. And gravel, I think. And then I'll also put some slabs in too, just to kind of give it a bit more detail. So this is going to be hard to remove one block at a time. So if I just do, nope, 2. Oh, if I do that there, I'm going to use my hand. Some gravel and then mossy, maybe a slab. Some slabs down here too. I really love mossy cobblestone. It looks so good. I remember the old texture, it was pretty awful. So I'm so glad they changed it to this new one. Some more gravel, I think. I really want it to look quite messy inside because ponds are not they're not clean and perfect in real life. Not natural ones anyway. So you've got a lot of texture in there and you've got a lot going on. So I want to kind of do that here too. Just so it looks as natural as possible. So if we just add a few more blocks in, will this area be okay? I think this tree needs to go. So I'll just remove this and maybe I'll build that up a little bit more over here. Yeah, this is looking good so far. It looks a bit weird at the moment because there's no water in it, but you'll see what I mean when I do add the water. It's really easy, to make a pond like this. It looks like it's going to be really difficult, but it's actually really easy to do, so you could easily recreate this in your own worlds if you wanted to as well. So I'm just going to add a few more blocks in, and then I'll come back to you in a minute when I've got a bit more done. Alright, I think I've got most of the blocks in now, so what I'm going to do is I'll probably sleep again, and then I'll fill the water in first, and then I'll let the waterfall flow back down. So if you didn't know, to fill a pond in like this that's got multiple layers, you always need to start at the bottom first and then work your way up, because otherwise you get random water flows on the surface and it just doesn't look very good. So I'm going to start from the bottom here, work my way up using this little infinite water source here, and hopefully we'll end up with a really nice looking pond. So, I think he's escaping. Bye! I'm going to sleep and then we'll fill the pond in. And we have a pond! So it does look better with the water in, and it's so satisfying when you see it all start to fill in by itself. I'm pretty sure I've got every single block. It's kind of hard to tell when you've got shaders on, but I'm just kind of looking at the side of the block, and if it's straight, then it looks like it's full, and I'm pretty sure it is. And another thing that I forgot to mention when you're filling in the pond is that you should start with the slabs first as well. So at the bottom, start with the slabs and then the full blocks, because the slabs can kind of be a bit weird. It looks like you haven't put the water on them and then you put a water on them and then it all floods. So start with the slabs first and it'll be a lot easier. So the next part is I'm actually gonna before I put the water down, I'm going to use some bone meal inside the pond just to get some seagrass growing and make it look a lot more realistic. So if I just do it all over, so it's quite overgrown, and I think some here too. So it actually grows on the cobblestone as well, which is nice. And there, and maybe some here. Yeah, that looks good. It just makes it look so much better. And like I said before, I definitely want to get some sea pickles in here to make it light up, and some lily pads as well eventually. So now that's done, it is time to release the waterfall. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I feel like it might flood still. I'm really hoping it doesn't, but if it does, we'll just have to kind of make a better barrier. So let's see where this ends up. Okay, so good so far. It's definitely doing what we wanted it to. So this is the scary part. So I really hope it just goes straight into the pond. Okay, this looks promising. Oh, yes, it's worked. It's worked. We have a nice waterfall leading into the pond. Oh, it looks really good. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So it's looking a bit bare around the pond. So I think some trees would look good. This bit of land is a little bit strange. I'll leave it for now, but I might remove it when I start to connect this up with the path. Anyway, so maybe one more tree here, and some over here too. One there, and one there. So when they grow, I think it'll look quite nice. And then another nice thing that I like to do is just around the bits of the pond, like where it curves a bit, I like to just put a block with a couple of slabs. A couple of slabs either side, just like this, and it just kind of brings the shape together a lot more and makes it look whole instead of it being a bit flat. So I'm going to do that around the pond a few times, maybe one here too. And again, I'm just using a mix of like cobblestone and mossy cobblestone just to make it look a bit better. Let's see if I can get this block in one hit. Yes, it's going to take a lot of practicing to get used to doing that. And maybe one over here too, just by the waterfall. Hopefully we don't ruin anything. Yeah, that looks good. And then I've got some fences as well. So maybe we can put a few of these, maybe like here, just dotted around for a bit of extra detail. Like that, and maybe we're a bit close to the waterfall. I don't want to mess it up. Maybe like one here, and then over here, we can add a couple more. Like, diagonals are so hard. Maybe just one there. And we need light, so lanterns. I think one would look good. Probably here, and then another one closer to here. Don't really want them to be really visible, so kind of tucked away like that. And then I think one more could hide round here. And hopefully it'll keep that ice at bay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, to finish it off, I think I'm just going to use some bone meal and add some coarse dirt around the pond, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so that is the pond finished. I think it looks really good, and I hope these ungrateful villagers like it. There they are. Now you have a place to fish, fisherman. Is that a fisherman? Yeah. Now you can fish at the pond. It's just for you. Please like it. He's sat staring at the pond thinking, wow, this person is awesome. She made me this pond just so I can fish in it all day long. Next, it's time for the mine entrance and the little storage building that I'm going to put here. So I think I'm going to dig out probably not loads, but a bit of this just to make it flat leading up to the mine entrance, which will be here. And then maybe clear out some of this here so we can build a little storage area there. So I think I'll jump into a time lapse and we'll get that built. Alright, so I think that just about does it for the mine area and the little storage room. So it did take a little bit longer than I thought to build these, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. The mine was especially tricky because it was such a high ceiling and like loads of little bits going into it, but I'm happy with how it turned out, and I think this is probably the most detailed mine that I've ever built. So it was kind of hard to get some good angles when I was showing it in the replay mod, so I'll give you a little tour. I've added these fences because the villagers just kept going down here and being a nuisance as always. So this should keep them out. I mean, my plan is to have like some minecarts going up here, and the minecart can actually fit under here, so that's good, but it'll keep those villagers out. So in here, I've just done like supports made with spruce logs and then stone bricks in these little gaps, and I've missed one. Let me fix that. There we go. That looks better. So yeah, and then I've added these little arches going all the way down, and then it leads down. I think I've done 10 steps down, and then I've got this little room here. Then I'm gonna come down 10, 10, 10, and then split off again, and that's how I like to do my mines. And I don't know if you can hear this, but listen. As I was digging the staircase, there was a cave underneath and there were so many mobs. I almost blew the whole thing up with some creepers at one point. Luckily that didn't happen, but there's definitely a lot going on down here. So I think it's... Yeah, can you hear that? I think it's that way, so I'll definitely have to have a look and see what's down there because it sounds a bit chaotic. But yeah, hope you like the mine. I'm definitely going to use it as my own personal mine. It's not just for decoration, so I'll definitely start using that in between episodes. And then I've just got this little storage room here to kind of store anything that I mine from the mine, I guess. A few furnaces so I can smelt some stuff up, but I think over here, maybe like a blacksmith would look good, but I think it could have a super smelter inside. So everything I get from the mine, I could store in here and then send off to the blacksmith and get it all smelted up really quickly. So I think that'd be a really nice idea for this little spot here. So we'll definitely do that in a future episode, and it's getting late, so I should sleep. And of course, someone is in my bed. So yeah, I hope you like how the village is turning out so far. I'll probably refine this path a little bit more just to make it flow a bit better. And I think I'll probably add some little decorations dotted about too, just to kind of bring it all together. But that's all we've got time for in today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the video and enjoyed the pond, mine entrance, and the little storage room that I built. I think in between episodes I'm going to do a bit of mining and see if I can find out where all those mobs are coming from, but don't worry, I'll keep you updated on what I find. So I hope to see you again in episode 9, and thank you again for watching the video.